Hello everyone and welcome to the tutorial for Buc'neer Bunnies. Let's open the box and see what we have. Inside the box you'll see 3 different types of cards. The red game cards, 10 cannon cards with 5 cannons on your ship aimed at the 5 cannons on your opponent's ship. Each space behind a cannon is set for 1 crew member. And then you have 20 coin cards, and these coin cards are used to keep your score. Every time you destroy a target, you collect 1 coin and collect 10 coins to win. There's also one other way to win, and that is if all of your cannons on your opponent's ship are showing destroyed. Now before we begin play, let's look at what types of cards are in the deck. So in the deck you have crew cards, modify cards, and interrupts. So let's look at the crew cards. There are 5 different types of crew cards. You have a deckhand who can attack but has no ability. You have a quartermaster whose ability is activated when destroyed. You have a first mate whose ability is activated when flipped, so you have a little bit more control. You have a specialist who has a unique ability. And you have a captain who has a powerful ability and a powerful attack. Now the rule with captains is you can only have 1 captain on your ship at a time. If you play another captain, that captain is automatically destroyed. Now let's look at modify cards. Modify cards, you have action cards, which are played and then placed in the discard pile. Rally cards, which are a positive effect card that is placed on your ship. You have demoralized cards, which is a negative effect that is placed on your opponent's ship. And each one of these stays on the target on the ship until it is destroyed. If the target is destroyed, this card is also destroyed. As you can see with this card, it is placed on a crew member, and with this card, it is placed on a cannon. Now let's look at interrupt cards. Interrupt cards are played as a response to your opponent's action or playing a card. If your opponent attacks, you can prevent that attack with parlay. If your opponent plays a card, you can prevent that card with mutiny. Now on your turn, you can play 2 cards. You can play 1 crew member and 1 modify card. And interrupt cards do not have a limit. But crew and modify cards are only played on your turn. So let's draw our 6 cards and begin to play. Okay, so we drew our 6 cards and now we're ready to play. The game board is set up, so I'll take my first turn. Let's look at my hand. I have a couple crew members, a demoralized card, an action card, and an interrupt card. So when we play a crew member, we play it face down, always. And it stays behind that cannon until it is either moved with an action card or it is destroyed. Now this card has to stay face down for at least 1 turn, so let's let our opponent go. So say our opponent plays another crew card right there. We don't know what it is because all of the crew cards come into play face down. So it hides the ability and it also hides the attack. So let's say we don't want to flip this card up quite yet. Let's draw a card for our turn. And then let's play another crew member face down. And I know we had a demoralized card in there, so let's also play the demoralized card on this cannon here. So that cannon can no longer attack. Now we let our opponent go. They play another crew member here, and they play it face down. They could flip this card up if they would like, but they're going to leave it face down as a mystery. So now that it's our turn and we have 2 cards face down, now we can choose to flip up both of these cards on the same turn because they've both been face down for at least 1 turn. When we flip these 2 cards up, we can see that they are first mates and they have a when flipped ability, and they are the same card. So now we can activate both of these abilities and steal a card at random from our opponent's hand. And since we flipped up 2 of them, we can steal 2 cards at random from our opponent's hand. Now that these cards are flipped up, we can attack with them. So let's discuss attacking. Here I have a few crew members flipped up and they are ready to attack. Each turn you can only attack with one crew member, but let's look at what they can attack. When you look at the arrows on each card, the arrows indicate what can be attacked. Each attack only spans one space, left or right, of the crew member. So if we attack with this one, we can see that we do have an active cannon in front of this one, so we can attack. Let's look at the attack. This crew attacks one crew member straight across and one crew member to the left, and also one cannon straight across and to the left. Now we do not have to have this cannon activated to shoot to the left. We only have to have the cannon in front of the crew member we are attacking with. So let's declare our attack. We move this forward slightly to indicate we are attacking, and let's look at our opponent's ship. On our opponent's ship, it would destroy this card, and then also the two crew cards here, but they only have one crew card. So let's destroy these. You could play a parlay card here to prevent this attack, but let's say our opponent doesn't have a parlay card. Now we get to see what crew this is, and it is a quartermaster. So quartermaster's abilities are activated when destroyed. So when this card is destroyed, look at your opponent's hand. So after my attack, my opponent would be able to look at my hand because I destroyed this card. It then goes into the discard pile. And I did attack 4 targets, but I only destroyed 3 targets. So I will take 3 coin cards as my points. So let's discuss replacing cannons. On your turn, you can replace any amount of cannons you would like, but you have to be careful on what you replace and also what you leave able to be destroyed. Our opponent, as we can see, has a crew member that can attack 2 cannons, this one and this one. But I want to attack with this card, so I'm going to restore this cannon. So I'm able to attack with it, but I don't want to restore this cannon because it will just be destroyed again next turn by that crew member. Now there's a crew member over here who might possibly be able to destroy these 2 cannons as well, so to be on the safe side, I'm going to restore this cannon as well. It is out of harm's way, and I don't want to get all 5 of my cannons destroyed or else I lose the game. So now I'm able to attack with this cannon, and I know this cannon will probably get destroyed the following turn, but it'll be worth taking out another 2 cannons in order to get another 2 coins. Now that we know how to do all the steps within a turn, let's put it all together and review what you can do on your turn. At the beginning of your turn, you always draw a card. Now, in any strategic order, you can do the following steps. You can play a crew member face down. Also play a modify card. You can flip up any crew that have been face down for at least 1 turn. And you can choose to leave them face down if you'd like. You can replace any amount of cannons that you would like, or you can leave them face down as well. You can attack. And then once you attack, you take your treasure. And then you can end your turn. Now let's take a look at a little bit more complex turn just to show the overall strategy and how to take advantage of the cards. As you can see, the board is set up like so. Our opponent has a captain card here, which can attack these 2 cannons and these 2 crew spaces, and it's also protected by a shield. On my side, I have a face-down crew member and also a face-up attacking crew member. Now this face-down crew member is indecisive and has the ability, when flipped, I can move a crew member from one cannon to another cannon. And that would be the idea, but I do have to fight through this shield. So let's take a look at our hand. In our hand, we do have an action card that destroys any card on the ship. So let's go ahead and play that before we move this crew member, just in case our opponent plays an interrupt mutiny card on this and prevents it from being played. I will play this on the actual cannon, which also destroys the rally card. And then we do take a coin for that. Now let's go ahead and flip this card up, in which we'll use the ability when flipped. We can move a crew member to another cannon. and we will move that crew member over to this cannon. We will replace this cannon, and we will attack, destroying this captain. And we will also take a coin for that as well. Now, we haven't played a crew member yet this turn, and our opponent does still have 2 crew members on their side. So what we'll do is we'll play this crew member, captain, face down, as always. And the reason I feel safe doing that is because I do have a parlay card in my hand, which prevents any incoming attack. So if next turn our opponent does flip over one of these 2 crew members, then we know that these 2 will be safe because we can play the parlay card. Now, as you progress through the game and get more familiar with the cards, you can learn to take advantage of situations like this as well. This concludes the tutorial on Buc'neer Bunnies. Hopefully everyone enjoyed. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our Facebook page to stay updated with all release information of Buc'neer Bunnies. We are also going to release full gameplay start to finish, so keep an eye out for those, and thanks for watching.